hoping for the best, hoping for the best. We're hoping for the best. Please don't let me fuck this up. Hello. Hi there. Hi cuties. We're back. And we're gonna cook from a different book today, despite the Avonlea Baking Club apron. It's my apron. We're gonna delve into a different classic today with the Little Women cookbook, tempting recipes from the March sisters and their friends and family, by Winnie Moranville, with inspiring quotations from Louisa May Alcott. Now, for those of you who know me, I read Little Women not long ago, and I didn't really enjoy it. I got kind of mad at it, and I have quite a few problems with the story, but I do appreciate the essence and the aesthetic of Little Women. I have not seen the new movie, so nothing of my opinion comes from that movie. The only Little Women adaptation I have seen has been the one with Winona Ryder, which I really love, except for the whole Mr. Bayer thing, which I'm not a fan of Mr. Bayer. I'm sorry. The age gap weirds me out. That's that. But today we're going to be cooking from Little Women because food is a big thing. They're in a war, food is scarce, and when they do have food, that's when they really shine and they really can express themselves in food. And so I have selected yet again 3 recipes, less intense than the ones I did for Anne of Green Gables. We're gonna try and make some food today. So let me show you the recipes. So as usual, we're gonna start off with dessert today. So I have everybody bookmarked in here. We're gonna do the Parisian cream puffs by request of my sister, who loves a good cream puff. This is interesting though, because the cream puff that they use, the cream, is actually just ice cream. So I was expecting a lot more with this one. But we're gonna start the baking of these guys first, just the dough part of it, and get that out of the way. And then we'll cook our meal. So our side for dinner will be Hannah's pounded potatoes, because let's face it, we all love some good old mashed potatoes. This one will require me to actually beat the potatoes with an electric mixer and make them very, very smooth. It seems simple because mashed potatoes are fairly simple, but you know, I thought it would pair very well with our apple orchard chicken. Now this is going to be the struggle recipe. I've read through it a bit. It does seem a little bit complicated, plus I'm adding more chicken to it because we are feeding 6 people instead of 4. So I bought 2 extra chicken breasts for this. So we're gonna probably up some of the quantities as it has here and hope for the best. But we're saving that one. And we're gonna go into said crème puffs. Oui. We're gonna start this baby off by preheating our oven to 400. This is the one I'm kind of nervous about because it also has you reduce the oven temperature, but it's like, how do you know the oven's ready for that? Do you just leave them in and just hope for the best? Do you burn them? I don't know. We might have a massive failure with the cream puffs. If that happens, at least my mother has made brownie cookies, or cookie brownie bars, and I will just steal them from my parents' house. And that's the dessert. So we're gonna heat some milk and butter over medium heat in a saucepan. Heating the milk and butter over medium heat until the butter is melted and the mixture is steaming. Then we will add flour and salt. Cook while beating with a wooden spoon until the dough forms into a ball and pulls away from the sides of the pan. Cook and stir for 1 minute more, remove from heat, and let cool for 10 minutes. Let's get all of our ingredients ready to go. So with our flour, we need 1/2 cup. Again, with the King Arthur flour, same as last time. I have not used it since then. 1/2 cup of flour. Our salt is 1/4 teaspoon. Ooh! Let me just spill that everywhere. It's fine. I now have a very salty cutting board, so that's perfect. You always want to salt your cutting board. I don't know if you guys knew that about baking, but it's important to salt it before doing anything. Yeah, it's very simple. I'm surprised there's actually no sugar in this recipe. I thought there was going to be sugar to make the dough kind of sweet, but I guess not. Half cup of milk and a half stick, or 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter cut into pieces. We are actually gonna make this baby lactose free because I'm lactose intolerant, so there you go. Except the ice cream is not lactose free. But that's the only 2% milk we have, so. Okay, half cup of milk is done. 4 tablespoons of that. Butter. And so we're just going to cut this baby down a bit. It's so smooth. Smooth like butter. It cuts like butter. Alright, so there's our chunks. So we're going to be using a wooden spoon with this one. Hold on, spoon. And also maybe actually turn on the heat. Crazy idea, but maybe you should turn the heat on. Once that guy is melted and steaming, we're going to add our flour and salt. And then we'll beat it with a wooden spoon until it forms some dough. Then we're just going to let it cool. Yeah, kind of get to see the action here. Otherwise, it's a very simple recipe overall, I think. Butter and milk is such a weird concept, honestly. Like when you're doing it like this, because it gets that yellowy film, and then you go whoosh and you see the white underneath. I don't know. Is that weird? Is that weird for anybody else but me? Cool, cool. Alright, so we are steaming, which is great. We're going to add our flour right on in there. Doesn't say to reduce heat or anything. And our salt. And we're beating it. Oh God. Oh, that happened way faster than I thought it would. But if you beat it, you know. Just beat it. Beat it. Just make sure we have a good mixture here. We'll turn off our heat now because we're going to have to let this cool anyway. But that happened very fast. There you go. We'll let it cool for 10 minutes and we're adding eggs later. All right, so I'm going to put 10 minutes here just so I don't forget about the dough. Our Hannah's pounded potatoes, which requires, it says 4 russet. I'm using more because I'm feeding more people. Teaspoon salt, a 3/4 cup heavy cream, 6 tablespoons unsalted butter, and 4 scallions, salt and black pepper to taste. We're gonna up the stuff on it because we're feeding more people. So I bought these 5 giant russet potatoes because my family, we love potatoes. While I do my weird method of peeling potatoes that people make fun of me for, but you know what? I don't make fun of you for how you peel potatoes, so let's talk Little Women. So I first discovered Little Women when I was a kid, obviously, but again, it was the movie. The movie first, and then I remember in, I think it was 7th grade English class? No, it had to be 8th grade. 7th grade, I had my language arts teacher, and 8th grade was English. And we actually would read the play. And I remember I got to read Joe because everybody wants to read Joe. I really got upset if I had to read Amy because I can't stand Amy's role. She's, again, a very stereotypical younger sister. It's a trope that I can't stand. But yeah. Joe, everybody wanted to be Joe, obviously. And I got picked to do Joe in our readings, and I took it very seriously. We're a little topsy-turvy, but I don't know, it gives it something, right? Obviously, Joe was the best, but the problem is the men. See, the thing is, if I say I don't like Mr. Bear, you probably assume I'm a Lori fangirl, and that's just not the case. Lori is the type of boy that's, you know, I'm friends with this girl, obviously she has to love me. And I really hated the moment where he's like, I knew I was destined to marry a March girl. Like, they're all the same. It doesn't matter which one as long as he marries her. Excuse me? Screw you, Lori. That's why I was really mad that he and Amy got together. Like, what is even with this? Just cause? Like, it's a little creepy. Because she always had a little crush on him growing up, you know? And it's just creepy. He couldn't get Joe, so I guess the next best thing would be Amy, since Beth is dying and Meg is married to your tutor. See, and that's the thing. Meg and, I literally just forgot his name, and her husband. They're actually a cute love story, because Meg is all, in the beginning, very superficial and, you know, wanting to impress and marry rich and all that jazz. But lo and behold, her, you know, true love is poor. Now granted, I have never read the sequels of Little Women, mostly because I didn't know there were. I'm a little scared to go into that, because I hear, you know, you hear things. It's supposed to be this feel-good story, but I just kept feeling worse and worse as they got older. You know? Beth is the only one I really have any true respect for. I mean, Meg gets more as well. Make us a potatoes. Anybody ever seen my big fat Greek wedding? I peel the potatoes. It's a lot of people. I love my big fat Greek wedding. Side note, that's one of my favorite movies. That's a romance I can get behind. So these babies are good to go. I almost had it all in the pot. And these babies are good to go in the trash. Potatoes can get boiled, so now we're gonna go back over to our cream puffs. We're gonna add the eggs. So we have 2 eggs in this recipe. Adding one at a time, beating until the first egg is completely incorporated into the dough and the dough is smooth. We'll add an egg. Oh, it's smart to do this on this side. Break that egg up. And they say to beat it. Now they said it doesn't say to beat it with an electric beater. It was like beat it with the wooden spoon, and I'm like, not really effective, but okay. I'm just gonna hope for the best here. And our second egg. I will tell you right now, this don't smell great. This is such a weird dough. That's pretty smooth, I think. What do you guys think? Nice smooth dough. We are going to drop the dough by the teaspoonful. Teaspoonful? How small are these? Okie dokie. Oh boy. I don't feel like I did that right at all. We're gonna, because it feels like yeah, it's not letting go. Something like that. So we're gonna try to just make them slightly globular. We're gonna see how this works, because I'm clearly a mess. We're clearly a mess. This is a mess. It sure is. Oh, I'm gonna need another baking sheet. Yeah, I think this would have been easier if I was like actually piping it out, you know? Because maybe one tray is gonna be better than the other, and I can just say, oh yeah, this was my real ones. By the way, if you're new here, hi. I am in no way a professional at any of this. I bet that's shocking news to you. And so do not look to me for an actual real baking device or cooking device, because this is all an experiment in my sanity. Seeing how long can I last doing this. We're doing episode 2, so will there be an episode 3? nobody knows. Yeah. Everybody sit nice together and get along. And I did not space these at all well. Look at that. Look at that mess that I've done. We're doing this and hoping for the best. It's all for the best. Do 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 do. So we're gonna put these babies in the oven. We're gonna bake those for 15 minutes. We'll reduce the heat to 350 and then continue to bake them until they're golden brown, which is 8 to 10 minutes. And then transfer the cream puffs to a wire rack to cool. And then there's like chocolate goodness and stuff. So, boiling our potatoes, boiling our potatoes. Let's get a colander, yeah, yeah, yeah. So while those are boiling, we're gonna choppy some scallions. Double bubble, toil and trouble. So it says only 4 scallions, but who are we? And we're just gonna, I know people are probably like, you're doing it wrong. Again, I don't care. I really don't care. Because I feel like we're going to be using a good amount of scallions in this recipe. And the other recipe. So we're just going to... It always makes a good garnish, okay? You cannot go wrong. Ta-da! Nope, they are not ready yet. Not ready yet indeed. So we move on. We move on with our lives. And it did say to do medium potatoes, so we're gonna start with a cup of heavy cream. We'll do a little over a cup maybe. We move on to our apple orchard chicken. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. I'm really hoping this tastes good. Really hope this tastes good. We can chop up a few things for that recipe. We're gonna chop up our shallot. Do shallots make people cry? I don't know. We go find out. Oh, I have a feeling it will. I mean, shallots are just another type of onion. I've actually never used a shallot before. We're gonna do that. Oh no, shallots do sting the eyes. Not again! Not again! I've made an error! I've made an error! We're gonna speed chop this baby. Chop. Oh god, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Guys! Well, good thing this is the last video of the day that I'm making, because shallots are onions, shallots are onions. Shallots are onions, shallots are onions. Shallots are onions. Who makes bad choices? That would be cute. You like my chopping method? I'm very professional. This is a 5-star restaurant. Shallots are onions. Now I know a lot of you out there would be like, how did you not know that? And the thing is, I did know that. I just didn't know how severe, if they would be less severe than a regular onion or not. Okay, I work in a grocery store. I know what shallots are. Ooh, our potatoes are ready. We poured these babies. Into our colander. I don't know how long the camera wasn't filming. Love it. To recap, shallots are onions, and the potatoes are now draining, and we are making the potato still. There you go. That's 3/4, but because we have more potato, we're gonna do a little bit more than that. And then our butter, which again, another 4. So we're just going to chop that baby up. We're gonna put it in there, put this guy in, and our scallions. So I'm not gonna use all of them. We're also gonna heat it, obviously. We are melting the butter and heating the cream. We have to reduce our heat. We're just gonna do 8, oh shit. No, stop it. 8 minutes. Do a little quick check. Oh, cool. They pop it. There's potatoes. And now we beat them. very weird to beat potatoes like that. So I'm just gonna add pepper. I added some salt, but I'm gonna add a little bit more. All right. I think that's pretty dang good looking mashed potatoes. That's it. We're gonna actually try our food before we give it to people. It definitely has like the scallion flavoring and stuff. I think maybe more butter actually. You know what? I should have added more butter because we had more potato. So we're gonna just throw in that butter. We're gonna beat it a little longer. See. Yeah. Needed more butter. It says to put it in a serving bowl and stuff, but again, we are bringing this to people. So these ones, because I've now divided them into smaller dudes, we're just gonna cut and just set that baby on top. All right, and we are just in time to pull these babies out. Pull out our cream puffs. I do think they're a little burnt on the bottom, just by looking at them. Okay, so it's not fully burnt, but you know. Now this is the real thing. I don't know how to transfer these because they're gonna have ice cream in them. Time-wise, we're doing much better than the first episode of Literarily cooking. So far, not bad, I say now. The cream puffs, you do have a chocolate sauce to heat in a saucepan, but I just have Hershey's chocolate sauce, so I think we're good there. And then it wants you to slice the cream puffs in half horizontally and fill each with a small scoop of vanilla ice cream. Yeah, that's what it wants you to do. So that is way last. So we're gonna go to our apple orchard chicken. What have I made a mess? So we're gonna need our flour and our chicken and salt and pepper and a large skillet. Now we have a cast iron, but it is tiny baby. So we are actually using this one. I might actually use two. So we're gonna take our flour and we're also going to salt and pepper this flour mixture. And then do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Now, the recipe says to put vegetable oil in the saucepans. However, we don't have vegetable oil. We have something that I put out. Here we go. We have sesame oil, so I'm hoping that won't ruin this, but I'm definitely not cooking this in olive oil because that's smoky. Did I measure that? No. Now I also cheated because it's like, oh, take your chicken breast and cut them in half. So we just bought the thin sliced. Oh, this was much more. I did not need to buy 3 packages of this. Nope, I did not. Bigger packs than I thought they would, but that's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna go with those. We're actually making 8 now because I opened these packages. All right, so we're gonna see maybe a 3rd pan. All right, now I'm not gonna lie. Super scared of cooking chicken. It's not my favorite thing to do. Bear with me through the panic. We're gonna heat the oil, add the chicken, turn it twice. Well, we're turning it once until brown on both sides and cook through. About 6 to 8 minutes. Transfer to a platter and cover with foil. So we're gonna get a platter ready. Foil being heated up. Being heated up. Heat the oil. Heat the oil. Don't burn the oil. Don't burn your oil. Yeah, everything is fine. Well, I'm gonna put this extra chicken in our freezer because that had more chicken than I thought it did. More chicken than I thought it did. I'm so sorry. I don't know why you guys are watching me. Go watch somebody who actually can cook, like Roseanne Pansino, or Gordon Ramsay, or Emerald. I don't know. I don't know chefs. I barely know 2 really. All right, let's put in some chicken. And I am not putting the camera over here and risking splattering onto that. There was more chicken than I thought I had. 2 pieces were sticking together. Oh my fucking God, this was a hidden piece. There was a hidden piece in the chicken. The good news is if I fuck up this chicken, I have another pack. Now it does say to only flip these babies once. So we're gonna try and be smart about when that flipping happens. Really let these babies cook for a bit. It does say 6 to 8 minutes, so I'm saying in like 3.5 minutes. Not that I was keeping track. We'll flip them. Cool. All right, we're doing our flip. So our broth is this low sodium chicken broth. This whole thing is a cup, so that's really nice. Although, wait, no, we haven't doubled. Cup, half cup, slightly half cup. We're gonna figure this out, okay? How much apple cider vinegar? Is a tablespoon of the apple cider vinegar, which we can put in this little fish dude. I'm really nervous to overcook it too though. I'm calling it. I think it's done. There's our chicken. We're gonna wrap this up in some foil. Okay, chicken's wrapped. Because we are gonna work in each of the pans that we just used because we have so much fucking chicken. We have the shallot, which I definitely didn't have extra shallots, so we're gonna put some in each of it. It says until the shallot is softened. You can kind of see we're mixing in our shallot to each of these pans. Not much oil left in these, so I'm like, should I add more oil? I'm gonna add a teensy more oil. We are taking them off heat. Try to take them off heat entirely, but I don't have a lot of counter space. Add our broth. So each of these is basically getting a half. Holy shit. Juice, 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 juice. 3/4 cup. Now a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar for everybody. Taking care not to let liquid splatter. That's so funny. Set the pan over medium heat and bring to a boil, stirring with a whisk to loosen any brown bits. So we need to cut our apples. It says Gala, Jonathan, or what was the other one it gave us an option of? Cortland, which in current season, we do not have the Jonathans, and I've never actually heard of a Cortland. So we're using the Galas, which is not a superior apple. It'll do. Personally, the opal apples are my favorite. Slice, and we have some thyme. Now here's the funny part. This is all I have, and it's not all thyme. It's a poultry mix. So we're gonna go ahead and add apples to some of these. I don't actually know how to core an apple, so we're just gonna do that. And we slice and dice, baby. Shake and bake. How you like them apples, eh? You knew that was coming. As soon as apples were happening, y'all knew, right? Cool. I'm gonna say I'm doing that splendidly. Y'all can say what you want. Boil, stir occasionally until the liquid is reduced to about half. Let me just spill some over the edge. It wouldn't be a QWERTY video if I didn't fuck up somehow. Oh, okay, so we're not actually gonna cook the chicken in this at all. We are literally just making the sauce and then putting the chicken on plates and then putting the cream sauce over it. It's a very interesting sauce though. I've never like cooked a sauce with fruit in it. So that's really strange. All right, we're gonna attempt to add the cream to these two in the back here. Oh, we had just enough cream saved. So here's what it needs to thicken. Here's some fresh just added. But this is what our sauce looks like as I splatter, because I am a monster who cannot keep hold of herself. Here. With Leah. You are. That's what the sauce is looking like. This guy is really getting ready. It's starting to thicken, I think. I hope. That's looking more saucy. She real saucy. So I'm gonna get a plate ready for my sister. I still have to do the rest of the cream puffs. That is a dessert thing. so we'll do that later. And voila, look at that. That's what it looks like. Let's get Emily and have her taste test this baby.
Oh, that one specifically for me?
Yeah.
What is this exactly? What's the
Okay,
title of
so
dish?
these are the Orchard House's apple chicken.
Okay.
I forgot, actually that's not the real name, but it is Orchard chicken.
Okay.
And then Hannah's pounded potatoes.
Okay.
Later, I have the Parisian puffs, but I figured that involves ice cream.
That's a dessert thing,
Yeah.
obviously. Okay.
All right.
Let's try this chicken.
Yeah. Pretty good? Mm-hmm. Yeah? What flavors are you getting?
Apple and chicken. Now for the patatas. The patatas are good, but like, they're not really anything special.
The potatoes.
They're good potatoes.
I beat them with an electric mixer with green onion and heavy cream instead of like just milk. So it's different than how we make them.
Definitely. Okay, yeah, no, I can feel the cream texture.
Okay.
But yeah, no, they're different, but they're good.
Okay. It's edible, you would say.
It's absolutely edible. I'm gonna go eat.
Okay.
Bye.
And now the recipe to feed your cat.
1 can of prescription food. Open can. Gag a little at the smell.
We're gonna take these babies here. They are cool. Okay. We take a serrated knife and we pop these babies open. We've got our double vanilla ice cream. Oh, little baby spoon. Little baby spoon. I am opening them up, dishing in the cream so it makes a little sandwich, and we're gonna drizzle. Drizzle the chocolate sauce. Drizzling. Drizzling. And I'm literally gonna set them back in the freezer right now while I do more. So this is the most tedious part, I think. Aside from the dolloping. Wow. Wow. Well, that's bad. That just fell right into the teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Yeah, transporting something that's base is ice cream. Difficult. But there you have it. I have cooked food yet again. Literarily baking on one of my not favorite classics. But someone made a cookbook about it, so there you go. Now it is time for the judge's review. You've heard from my sister that I live with, but now it's time to hear from the others who don't like to film themselves, so it's probably just a block of text again. However, let's go over to my parents and see what they think. Okay, Daddy is eating the food.
Well, not exactly. The dogs get first bite.
Okay, sure.
There we go.
What do we think, guys? Is it good? Piper, do you like it?
Oh, its
Hey,
presentation
is it too
is
friendly?
nice.
Sure.
I don't have them in.
What's different about the taters?
Well, I beat them with an electric beater.
The onion in there.
Yeah, there's scallions in that.
Don't give the dogs taters.
And it's with heavy cream instead
Oh.
of milk.
Okay, we're testing the potatoes.
Okay.
Well, the apple and chicken was edible.
Edible?
Apples.
Even without teeth?
What kind of apples did we use?
Gala.
They were very good.
Well,
They're very
I
big.
I did not
Did you
get
bake them or did you fry them?
These were boiled in the sauce.
Oh, it's very good.
Boiled
oh
in
my
sauce.
gosh.
Boiled in the sauce that you have there. You put them in and boil it in it.
Mm-hmm.
The sauce
Yeah.
is on the chicken?
Oh my god.
Yes, the sauce that's on the
You picked
chicken.
the right night to come over. This is so good.
Yeah.
Chicken is
I haven't
moist.
actually tried it yet because I cook,
Delicious.
so I don't eat.
Chicken is really moist.
Yeah, I did chicken good. Yay! I was really scared about chicken.
You know, you do
I
chicken
could
so many
probably
ways.
get the same thing at your KFC.
Yes.
It's just as good.
Thanks. I'm as good as KFC.
Oh my god, it's very good. It is so good. Now,
Lucy, do you think it's very good?
Well, pie certainly does.
heavy cream and green onion.
It's really good?
I don't need a napkin.
All right, we have our Parisian cream puffs.
Parisian?
Parisian, that's what it calls it.
Oh my god, my mouth is so happy right now.
One Parisian cream puff. It's got chocolate. So.
Yeah, you can't. Puppies can't have it.
Why does he get to be the adult? He gets to be the first.
Because he's the biggest sucker.
Oh my god, look at my clean plate club, huh? People. Oh my god, this was so good.
They are puffy,
Very
creamy,
creamy.
again highly edible.
Fantastic.
Ah. This is good.
There you go.
I could live in this era. We're only in this meal. Because this is really good. Really good.
Thank you everybody again for joining me on Literarily Cooking. Who knows what I'm gonna do next? Are we gonna go back to Anna Green Gables? Are we gonna touch on the Klingon cookbook? Because even though that's not literally literary, but I mean there are Star Trek books. So you could say it is literarily cooking. But I only have 2 literary cookbooks so far. So there you go. Who knows? But they've got lots of recipes in them. So I am of no shortage of recipes, just of 2 themes, basically. It's Anna Green Gables or Little Women. Which one? There you guys go. Let me know which ones you want to give a try, and or if you have some fun literary recipes that you want to recommend to me, and I'll give them a go. I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye. I'm sure my sister is really happy to be living with me.